Tiffany Walker here, and this is the Bentley Kyle Evans cheating scandal Q&A. All right, so the first question was why engage in an affair, I guess. So why not? I'm single, so I'm not cheating or lying or anything. He said that he was gonna spoil me and, invest in my business, my brand, my movies. And that's like where my focus is right now, just like myself, my career, So yeah, that's why I engaged, because why not? I'm not the one that's married. How did you and Bentley first meet? We first met at his rap party, but before then we were following each other on Instagram. Did you know he was married from the beginning? Yes, I knew. At first, when we first met, I wasn't trying to date him or anything. I'm a actress, and KP, a casting director that has casted me for things he casted me for the Trinidad James pool party and stuff like that. But so he invited me. He was like, yeah, we're gonna go to this rap party and network to get on a show. I'm an actress, and everyone says that it's about who you know out here. So yeah, I knew that they were married from the beginning. What did he tell you about his wife and their relationship? He really didn't say much in the beginning. In the beginning it was more just I thought we were just networking about my career, but then he was like, he said, you're not gonna let me spoil you. And so I was just like, of course I want to be spoiled, and then and so yeah, she never really came into the conversation ever. Never. Towards the end, maybe a month ago, when we were talking on the phone, he was drunk, and it was late at night, and he was just men can be in love with two women at the same time. And yeah, so that was an hour-long conversation in itself. Remember when Evelyn Lozado was like, you're a non-motherfucking factor? Kind of. It's just not a factor. What made you believe that you were the only woman? Damn, these questions. So he would just say things like, I am gonna wait for you, because in the beginning, he wouldn't release, and he was like, I'm just gonna save it for you. And I'm just this is early on, so I just I really wasn't looking for anything, so I was just in my mind I'm like, aren't you married? But I don't know, I just was quiet because I just want to be spoiled. Did he ever promise to leave his wife for you? Never. That was not our arrangement. Our arrangement was more just have fun, take me on like business trips with him and like invest in my movie and like help in my career and like, you know, spoil me. What were some of the biggest red flags you ignored? Probably just being married. I don't know. Like, you know what they say? They say like you have to like, they say it's about who you know in acting and stuff like that. And then they say that you have to like have sex with these guys. And I'm just a girl trying to keep a roof over her head. Do you still have the text, photos, or voice notes he sent you? Of course. Of course I do. What's one thing he said to you that you'll never forget? Toxic things. This didn't say that it had to be toxic, but I just feel like he just was very toxic because he just like love bombed me a lot. So, but like I'm a lover and I'm like a romantic. So I was just like, I liked it. I kind of like being love bombed, not gonna lie. It's like a little adrenaline rush. But I remember we were in the car and we used to like hook up in his car and in his Escalade. And I remember he was just like he just like this is like no guy in this generation would like say this type of stuff. But that's how it's just like, it was interesting. It just, our relationship just like reminded me of just like high school. Like, you know, high school, it's like romantic. You still like believe in love. And it's like he would just plan a lot of things like, oh, we're gonna do this and let's do this. And like I was like his girlfriend. Like he like, there was like when Evelyn Lozado was like, you're not motherfucker, like it was not like he was married at all. Like he would text me late at night. He was very available. But so I just remember we're in the car, we're probably like hooking up in the back of his Escalade, and he's like, he touches my face and he's like, I'll never hurt you. Just like really like romantic stuff that like some girls may think that like romance is like corny, but I think it's so, is this sweat? Oh my god, under boob sweat. It is really hot. That's not hot. But yeah, he just said like a lot of like romantic stuff that that like I just really haven't like heard in a really long time. And I love romance. And he was just like, I remember he told me, he was like, I'm always gonna support you. Like he just said very like heavy things. very like heavy things. Like when we first had like consummated our relationship, he was like, he said he was like explaining why he loved me. And I'm just like, I remember I was like on top of him and I'm like reverse, and he's like saying something, I don't remember, and then he was like, that's why I love you. And I was just like, Because it's just like, what are you talking about? You're married. But I just didn't say anything because I'm just like, you know, whatever. Your marriage, not mine. Was there a moment where everything finally clicked and you knew he had been lying? Towards the end, like he was just like lying a lot and just like, oh, I'll do this. Like we were supposed to have a meeting with a director and then he just like canceled and then I just never saw him again. And but we were still texting, so he would just like, I remember once he was like we used to fast every Monday. So Monday came and I'm like, I'm fasting, are you fasting? And he's like, yeah, I'm fasting. And then he was just like, and then later on in that day, I was at Erewhon getting my smoothie after my hike. I love nature. And he was just like, oh, I had such a stressful day and I'm headed to dinner now, but hearing from you really cheered me up or something like that. And I was like, I said this to him. I think like at first you're kind of just like, at first I think I was brushing everything off. You know what I mean? Like it didn't matter to me because I'm just like, whatever, you said you're gonna spoil me and you said you're gonna invest in my business. Like, I don't care. If you would have lied, I saw you. And I think towards the end, it was just kind of like, why are you lying? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, why are you doing this? Like why are you love bombing me? You know? After a while, it's just like, it's not that it clicked. I think it finally just like, I cared that he was lying. You know what I mean? But I mean, he was a man of his word for some things. Like there are a lot of things that like I needed and he like provided for me. So, cause you know, you kind of like learn to like ask for certain things, like beginning to see like, are you reliable? Are you like a man that's gonna provide? You know what I mean? Like, are my needs gonna be met? So I don't think that I finally found out that he was lying. I think I just finally cared, maybe. I don't know. No, because he wasn't really lying that. Oh no, he was lying. And then like later on, he would like confess his lies. He would be like, oh, I got us 2 separate beds for our first trip where we consummated our relationship. He was like, I got us 2 separate beds because I didn't know how it was gonna be or how you were gonna be, and I just wanted to be respectful. But when we were out at the trip, he was like, oh, they gave us 2 beds. I don't know why. I told them that we only needed 1 bed. And I just laugh. Like, I don't really talk too much. I'm just like, whatever. I like actions. Talk is cheap. I like actions. Are you a man of your word? Like, are you gonna do what you say you're gonna do? Are you going to, you know, if you say you're gonna spoil me, are you spoiling me? Like, just things that like, but yeah. So I think like when over time, he just like started telling on himself. I think that's what it was. Like in the beginning, it's like all the woo and the romance and like towards the end, he would just confess things. And it's like, I don't need to know this. Like, I'm still your girl. I may not be your wife, but I'm still your girl. Because he did say that I was his girlfriend. Because I asked. Because it's like, It's like a particular situation, like you know, what is this, like, you know, it's, I don't know. So yeah, I think like after when I was hiking and he said he was fasting, and then he was like, oh, I'm headed to dinner. I'm like, didn't you just say you were fasting with me? I'm like, okay. But that was like towards the end. We finally just stopped talking this month. um he wished me happy birthday and sent me a birthday gift. Did I love him? I'm a lover girl, so I definitely grew to love him. Do you think he ever loved you? Maybe. He's probably like the same way that I am, just like everything is love. Like I think that's like one of the things that I liked about him, that he's just like a very like kind, like loving person. So I think that he probably did love me, just in the way that like everybody is, like he loves everybody, like, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. All I know is he said that he loved me a lot, and he love bombed me, and he said that he loved me like the first time we consummated our relationship. I'm trying to keep it classy, you guys. I was just like, but you know what? Guys do that a lot. It's really funny. It's so funny. What hurt the most? The lies or the silence? Lies. Because he really wasn't that silent. He's like very great at communication, and that's like another reason why I liked him. But I think the lies was just annoying. Just like, why are you lying? You're a pussy. You're a punk. It just made me feel like he's weak. Like you're like just trying to say anything to appease me. You know what I mean? And I mean, I myself am just very rebellious. And I don't care about like people pleasing and stuff. But I mean, of course, like the people I care about, I love them. I want to please them. But I just thought it was a little weak, a little disrespectful. How did it affect your mental health, your work, and your self-worth? Jesus Christ, these are some deep questions. But you know what? I decided that I want to be more real and authentic, because I feel like everything, especially I'm an entertainer, you know, you could watch me on TV. And I think that a lot of things are just like chopped and screwed, and everything's not really what it seems. You know what I mean? And like when I first did my first reality show on the Zeus Network, people were always like, was that show real? Is reality shows real? Whatever. Are reality shows real? And I was just like, nothing's real. Like, your friends are fake to you without a camera. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I want to be more real. So I'll get like deep, because this is the inner work that I do. When I just like self-reflect and journal about my own life, I ask these deep kind of questions, and I just get like really real with myself. And even when I'm praying, I get like really real with myself. So I wanted to come on this platform to be more real, because everything is so fake. You know what I mean? Everything is so fake, to the point where it's like nobody knows who I am, and I don't feel seen. And I think that people like authenticity. Like even the people that I like to watch on like TikTok or whatever, they're just authentic, and they're just like, they're saying this things that I would never say out loud because I'm just too player. Like I'm just like, mm-mm. But yeah, I want to be like more real, and because I am a public figure, and there's a lot that I think that I could do by being honest and speaking my truth. And that is why I decided to open up about this affair. Well, his affair. He was my man. But how did it affect my mental health, my work, and my self-worth? I think that because I'm older and I'm just a little wiser, I just already like don't really take things too serious. I just know like what guys really want, and like what guys really are about. You know what I mean? So whereas like heartbreak would really break me at 18. But at this age, I'm just like, let's flip this around. Let's scale this. Hold on. Let me turn this into a headline. Like, everything. The Obstacle is the Way. That's the book that I'm currently reading. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like, of course, there's a little bit of like heavy energy when someone drains you and like a relationship drains you. But I definitely really am proud of myself for the way that I'm handling this situation, and just deciding to flip this into a viral moment. Why did you decide to finally speak out? So yeah, basically, I went on this whole rant already. My birthday was last week, and I've been asking myself, like, what do I want my New Year's resolution to be? So I make a New Year's resolution for January when it's a new year, of course, but like, this is my new year because it's a new age. So I'm always growing as an individual, and trying to become better and make my life better. And so I was just like, you know what, I want to speak my truth. And I also am a strategic, creative entrepreneur. And I'm like, you know what, I could profit off of this. Because you can really profit off of anything. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to let things be an obstacle. The obstacle is the way. I'm over here talking about that book. I really need to be talking about this book. My book, Falling in Love with a Sociopath, by Tiffany Lily Walker. It's a romantic novel. It's not about me. Everyone thinks it's about me. Every time I'm like, I have a novel out, they're like, oh, it's about you. I'm like, no, it's like a thriller romance. Like, that's the type of stuff that I like to read. That's the type of stuff that I like to watch on TV. So that's what I created. But yeah, so I decided to speak out because I just wanted to flip this into a positive, and liberate myself, because it's not a secret for me. You know, I'm single. I didn't cheat on anybody. But I can speak my truth, and by speaking my truth, I can attract better, and I can attract what actually aligns with me. If everything that I say is, you know, like to cover up something for you, to be respectful for you, to people please, I'm not really meeting the people that I feel aligned to. And that's like a personal thing in my life where I really don't feel aligned to other people. And so I'd rather be a loner, because it's just always like, you know what men are about, and girls are always jealous because they're just about over men always. And I'm like, girl, I don't even want these niggas. But I mean, yeah, I'm speaking out to liberate myself and to ascend my life. And you know, maybe me speaking out will help somebody. A lot of times, like, we help others with the things that we say and do. And I mean, that's why God gives us platforms, because we're demonstrations of God's mercy or God's lessons, whatever. So, yeah, I'm speaking out for a lot of reasons, and a lot of them is to benefit myself and maybe you. I don't have to keep any secrets, because you get what you see. Okay, are you scared of what this could do to his reputation or yours? Not at all. Not for me. But he did, like, always try to say that, like, oh, I don't want anyone to find out about us. It'll hurt your career. And then I'd be like, you know, I did the Real Side Chicks of LA, right? For Fubu Network. And he would say it a lot, and I would always send it to him, like, you know this is who I am. You know, no one's gonna be like, oh my God, what I've been posting on my story, people are like, ooh, tea. I think, like, people love tea. People love the drama. People do it, like, so I don't think it's gonna be bad for my reputation, because I mean, like, I didn't do anything bad. I didn't cheat on anybody. I'm a young, beautiful girl in LA. I'm supposed to have these men paying my bills and spoiling me. Duh. Now, what about his reputation? Yeah, maybe the facade that he has. Some things have come to light, but the truth shall set us free. I mean, I think it's just gonna people are just gonna know. I mean, because when we went out, and no one, like, really blinked an eye. You know what I mean? Even, so Tori Hart saw us, and she was like, you know, that's my boy. And I was like, what you mean that's your boy? And she was just like, And I'm like, what the fuck does she mean? So then I went up to him, and I'm like, I thought he was messing with Tori Hart. I'm like, that's what you want? But I think, like, I mean, it's definitely, like, on the papers. It's definitely Googleable. So, I mean, you know, I think that scandals work well for women because I'm a young, beautiful woman. I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm the desired one. But for men, I don't know. So, some people might say you were the other woman. What do you say to that? I would just pull up Evan Lozado. You were a non-motherfucking factor. I mean, like I said, this is why I was with him for so long, because I didn't feel like the other woman. Like, he gave me a lot of his attention, and like I said, he was very romantic, very like, I'll support you forever. And he was gonna touch my head. He's like, oh, I'll never hurt you. And just so I mean, I know I didn't feel like the other woman, and that is why I dealt with him and why we got so close. But I mean, not that close. It's only like a couple months. Any relationships is a couple months. What do you want people to understand about women who end up in these situations? I don't even know. I think that, like, I'm on my own spiritual journey. So I personally just, like, am not, like, a judgmental person. But I feel like, I mean, maybe why judge the woman? The man is the one that, like, is cheating and lying. The man is the one that, like, made a promise under God to someone else. So, like, me, the woman in the situation, what did I do wrong? I'm single and just getting all the admiration that I'm deserved. Girls need love too, you know. Okay. And I will say, like, there's the saying, all the good ones are taken, because single guys are not like that. Like, he was so respectful and kind and gentleman and, like, provider vibes. And, like, our first lunch, he was, like, wanting to spoil me. Like, yes, let's get to it, babe. This is what I'm about. Other guys are not like that. I hate when I go on a first date and a guy's like, yeah, so what's your favorite color? Like, are we in high school? Let's get to the point. Are you paying bills or not? But yeah, I mean, I guess understand that it's like, not, I didn't do anything wrong here, I guess. I mean, I don't think I did. What would you say to Bentley today if he was watching this video? I don't know. I don't think that he would. I think that we have decided to move on. I think that he's probably a little upset that I'm speaking out. Or he may just not care. Like, I don't know. That's why I wouldn't have anything to say. And, you know, like, he would talk about this a lot. Like, how he's friends with all his exes that he has affairs with or whatever. And I'm just like that he just, like, but I don't think that's our story. But, you know, I like to be different, so maybe that's why I decided to speak out, because I just want to be different. Maybe I don't want you coming in and out of my life. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't have anything to say to Mr. Bentley. Do you think this story will define you? No. I think that it's like I said, I did a reality show called The Real Side Chicks of LA. You know what I mean? So I think that this is like really on brand for me. I'm really like a little taboo, a little risque. You know, I have a movie coming out probably later this year, maybe the end of this year or whatever. And you know, my character in the movie, she's named Breasty. So I mean, I don't feel like this really is gonna harm me in any way. First of all, scandals work well for women. And two, I mean, it's not like, you know, I get cast for dating shows and movies where I'm named Breasty. Come on. I think that I just own who I am. I think that I'm like definitely at this place in life where I just am owning who I am, and like I see what my brand is, because I necessarily don't really resonate with my brand. Like, I'm more traditional. I was raised more traditionally, and I always thought I was gonna move to LA and like get married, and of course marry a rich guy, and like have nepo babies, and just like, you know, just have a more traditional life. But I'm seeing that my life isn't that way, because a lot of married guys hit on me, and just like relationships are just not as traditional as I would want them to be. So I think that I define my story. I think that I'm speaking my own narrative, which helps, because, I mean, let's be honest, after you break up with someone, it's really just gossip and rumors. And it's not me gossiping, because I'm not a gossiper, but I'm sure it's like, you know, guys always say that they're not telling anybody anything, but you know, they're telling their guys things, and their guys are pillow talking with other people, and it's just like, you know, word spreads. So that's another reason why I was just like, I want to speak my own truth. I want to put my own narrative out there, and so you just get where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? What's next for you now that this is public? So that this is public, like I said, speaking my truth is definitely something that I want to do more. I have movies coming out this year. I have, of course, I'm like scaling this to do other things for my career. You know what I mean? A lot of girls speak out, and like I said, girls do great in scandals. And yeah, just like keep building, and less about building and more about just like success. I just want all the success in my life. What's one thing you've learned about love, power, and yourself through this? I love power. I love power. I love it. And I think that's probably why I like certain relationships, because I like to feel powerful. I like exerting my power over men. I mean, I read 48 Laws of Power, and I read a lot about love. I actually love love. I'm a lover, and I love power. So, yeah, I mean, I know that I've learned that I'm powerful, but I think I've always known that. Everyone always tells me that I'm powerful. And I'm just like, what? I'm just a girl. I don't know. Oh my God, girl. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to just speak my truth more. And I actually had another question my friend asked me. He's a writer too. And he was like, what did he do? What did Bentley do that made you want to come out and share this? And I was like, why do you have to do anything? Why can't I just want to speak my truth? But I think that there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. You know, like maybe he did something, or maybe I'm just like, maybe it's a lot of reasons. Maybe he did something and maybe I'm just like, I want to do whatever I'm going to do. I want to speak my truth. I want a scandal viral moment. I just feel like going viral today. You know, I don't know. Like, I think that there's a lot of reasons, honestly. But I do feel like my career is all about dating. Like, everyone is obsessed with dating me. Like, literally everyone. And you know how they say, like, you have to, like, fuck your way to the top, or, like, some guys would be like, well, Bentley actually did say this. He was like, you know, the business. I was just like, you know, in this business, it's a lot about nepotism. And my daughter, she's a writer. I could help you with your career. I'm sorry. No, but it's just like, you know how all these guys say that. But even everyone says it. Like, even like girls that like I would work with, they'd be like, how'd you get on Zeus? Did you do whatever? I'm like, no, I went to a casting. You guys watched the casting. Like, what are you talking about? But so a lot of people say it. So I was just like, what was I getting at? There's just a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. Revenge. Do you know success is the best revenge? A guy I dated told me that. I don't know why he told me that, but he's a billionaire. So I thought he's right. He has to be. He has $1 billion. You know what? He believed in me more than Bentley believed in me. Bentley didn't believe in me. He just wanted to be next to me and buy me things. And, you know, everybody else is a non-motherfucking factor. I mean, okay, those are all the questions. But yeah, I mean, success is the best revenge. So, and you guys know I'm like a very strategic business entrepreneur. No, it's creative entrepreneur, because I'm not really like business savvy as much as I'm like creative and good at creative directing and good at marketing and good at branding and good at networking, but not that good at networking because everybody's so thirsty for me. So it kind of gets in the way of networking, but I still get things. But yeah, he did like cancel, like he did cancel on the meeting with the director, and I just never saw him ever again. So, but I mean, he was still like talking to me and like giving me money and stuff. So, yeah, it's not about revenge because he's like a nice guy. It's really about me. Everything is about me. My life is about me. I can't make my life about somebody else. That's silly. This is about my dating life because everybody cares about my dating life. I've done dating shows. I did like 3 dating shows on YouTube last year. I did a dating show on the Fubu Network. I did a dating show on the Zeus Network. It's like and then even now, I still have like my agent trying to cast me for dating shows. And I'm like, I think I've had enough with the dating shows. I think we get it. We get it. I'm single and people want to date me. I get it. We get it. Like, why don't we move forward to like maybe a show where I actually am in a relationship? Because like, how many dating shows am I going to be in? I feel like trapped. And that's another reason why I decided to come talk. Because I feel like just continuous cycles. So in order to get different, you have to do different. And I never speak out. I'm always very like quiet and like respectful, ladylike, demure. And I'm just like, you could be ladylike and you could speak your truth. You can express yourself. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm speaking my truth, and since my dating life is my highest commodity, I've decided to be real with you guys and actually share the truth about my dating life. My dating life is, I was a girlfriend to married Bentley Kyle Evans for like maybe like 4 months, maybe. And then I was just like, I'm gorgeous. Another thing with me being older, I don't like cry and stop my life over men anymore. So like, if you're not calling me back, I'm like, okay, click date with Craig Robinson. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta go. Like, I can't cry every day because you're a lame person. You know what I mean? So this is my Bentley Kyle Evans cheating scandal affair Q&A. Thanks for watching. If you watched this whole thing, then good for you. Maybe you just listened to it in the car. Maybe you just wanted to look at me. Remember, this is my book, Falling in Love with a Sociopath. It's a romance novel. It is not true. It is not based off of my life. Okay? I mean, if people read it, then you'll know it's not about me. But everyone always thinks it's about me. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. And I want to share more of my actual life with you guys. Like story times and vlogging. Like, actually, I did vlogging before. And I don't know. I want more support. Like, I want to feel supported. So but yeah, I'm gonna do more story times. I'm gonna share more about my dating life because it does seem to be a hot topic in my life and in my career. So I'm gonna follow that yellow brick road. Thank you guys.